Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday night Dream Team Training Zoom. And I am so excited for tonight's Zoom because we have five awesome ladies on there going to be sharing their tips, some of their story with you. And they are moving and grooving right now. And what I love about these five ladies is they've all been in like different lengths of time. They've all had ups and downs. Some of them are a little bit newer and some have been in and now their businesses are just starting to rock and roll. So we're going to jump right in because we have five ladies to cover in the next hour and I want to get as much information in as we can. And if I were you guys, I definitely would have a pen and piece of paper handy for anything you might be picking up. And if not, make sure you watch the replay. We'll be posting it in here as soon as Danny downloads it after this. Like Kayla just said, pen and paper ready. That's what a smart leader does. You never know what you're going to hear on one of these awesome Zooms and what somebody's doing that you might not be doing that could change your entire business. So without further ado, we're going to jump in. And the first person I'm going to bring on tonight is Stephanie Grachek. And if you guys don't know who Stephanie is, she's pretty loud. You got to be living under a rock to not know Stephanie G, or you're brand new. Stephanie is a 200K on our team and she's killing it. I mean, her team is on freaking fire. She's probably one of my favorite people on the planet and she's so genuine. Like if you guys know anything about Stephanie or you've been around here for 5 minutes or you've been on one of her Zooms, you know she is straight. She talks straight, she shoots straight from the hip. Nothing is sugar coated. And I think that's what her team probably loves best about her is nothing that she's done over the last 3 years, nothing that's happened in her business has made her into a different person. I mean, she's only become a better person trying to help people more and more people change more lives every month. So Steph, hop on, or you have to unmute yourself.
You are hilarious. Seriously.
There you are, biatch. Love you.
What up, homie?
There are so many new people on. I was just scrolling through the names before we started and I'm like, who are some of these people? So I think that we should like give them a little bit of background and like, who are you? Like, what were you doing your whole life? Let's start from the day you were pushed out of your mama's vajayjay and go from there.
Well, I came out with cellulite and this big ass and boobs, and I mean, here I am today, still the cellulite, big boobs, and butt. I mean, that's me. But hey, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Dude, thanks for getting on. And I love your story because it's like it hasn't been just straight to 200K in 5 seconds, but also you've been in network marketing for a while, and it's not like you didn't get to the top of a comp plan. It took you a while to get to the top of a comp plan, and before that, I mean, your background isn't like, you were a serial network marketer, and you also had like, you were a teenage mama. I mean, struggle. It's not like you didn't see money till I did when we got in this industry. Before that, we were struggling crazy women just trying to survive.
I think you should just keep talking. I mean, you know my life. Just keep talking.
I do. Okay, let's share with everybody. Like, before you got into network marketing, what were you doing? Like, did you ever think you'd do something like this?
Oh, hell no. Actually, I was approached many, many years ago for Pampered Chef and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, you build teams and you get sales. And I was like, yeah, F you, I can't do that. Like, there's just no way that I could get myself out there and talk to people. And I was like, and who the hell would even join me? Like, who would join me? As Lisa said, teen mom, I got pregnant at 15, had my oldest at 16, and she's going to be 20 next Tuesday. Like, it's so sad. They grow up fast. Before I joined network marketing, I was in the waitress industry since I was 15 years old. Always in the restaurant field, manager, all of the above. And then I finally thought I got my dream job at this corporate office, working these bomb hours, making $50,000 a year. I was like, okay, this is good money, right? until one day they pulled a bunch of us into the office and they're like, yeah, your whole unit is being laid off. You no longer have a job. And I remember calling my husband, you know, like, what the F are we going to do? Unemployment is not going to cover nearly as much as I was making. And to make $50,000 a year, that's a lot of money. Like, what am I going to do? So I went on all these, you know, different interviews, and nobody would hire me because I had the experience. I just didn't have the degree, and I was not going back to school at the age of 30. There was no way. So honestly, network marketing kind of fell on my lap. It's like Lisa said, I was with a previous company and I was there for almost 2 years. And when I was approached about Thrive, I was still building my other business. And I told my girlfriend, Heather, I'm like, there's no way in hell that these products are going to do that for you. Like, you're crazy. And I'm like, why are you even talking to me about Thrive? I'm trying to build my business over here. And she's like, Steph, you just got to try it. So honestly, I tried it. And just to shut her up, but I tried to make Thrive not work. And once I felt it, like a light bulb went off. Like, okay, I'm like, people need this in their lives. But it was the most scariest thing from leaving my previous company, because I was making $10,000 a month there. Leaving that to start all over, I was like, who's going to follow me? Who's going to trust me? Like, I blood, sweat, tears, this previous company for almost 2 years. Like, who's now going to believe me? And there's just that thing in their gut that said, just do it. And I did. And I ran with this business because I saw the vision. Like, thank God I have Lisa, you know, and all these other friends and uplines that I can go to and that help you. You know, the biggest thing to do to get to the top is you show up every single day. You inspire your haters. I have people coming to me all the freaking time, like, giving me shit still to this day, and I always will. You know, I love shutting people up by being like, look what we just did. You guys, I'm 36 years old, just turned 36, and we just paid off our mortgage on our house. Okay. We are debt free. We were able to pay cash for our daughter's college. And we just bought a vacation home down in Florida, that we're just going to go to whenever we want, bring friends and family down. Never in a million years. If you would have told me 10 years ago that this would be where I would be at today, I'd be like, how the hell am I going to get there? Like, what? I mean, it's true. You see a vision. Dream boards helped our family so much. To do dream boards with your family, with your kids and your husband, and then seeing that dream board daily. I know it sounds so kiddish, but they help. Because once you're able to cross something off, and it's the most rewarding thing as a parent to give the marker to your daughter or to your son and be like, go cross that off. We just got you that. We just did that. We just took you on that vacation. We just did this. It's so rewarding. And incorporate your family into your business, because, you know, they're your number one fans. Showing up every single day. I know I would not be where I am right now, if I didn't show up, if I didn't post a day. I can honestly say in 3 years that I've been with Thrive, I've honestly never taken a day off. The only time I took time off, and I was just telling Lisa this, is when we were coming back from Paris and we had no Wi-Fi for 8 hours on that plane. That's the only time I legit took off. Other than that, I'm always there for my team. I make myself available. Everybody on my team has my number. If there's an emergency, if they need something on the dot and I can't answer them, they call me up. So being there for your team night and day, like, that is how you are going to just keep growing, because then your team is going to go tell them about you. Be like, hey, we've got help over here. Like, you're not alone. We're a team. We have everybody to help us. So being there for your team and showing up is what's going to make you, honestly, the best leader that you'll ever be, and it's going to help you to get to the top.
How fast? I can't remember. How fast did you go? I mean, I know you came in and you had huge momentum. How long did it take you to go 200K?
So when I came in, it was my goal to go 200K in 1 year. And then I had that mentality of like, if I don't hit it, then I'm quitting. But I kept selling it. I just kept going. I think it was 17 or 18 months that it took me to go 200K. And I lost it. I lost it for a couple months, but then I got it back, because it pissed me off not seeing that 200K there anymore. So I stayed up later, got up earlier, and did what I had to do. You guys, on a daily basis, I add still to this day 200 to 300 people to my network, because I personally want new blood. If I throw an incentive for my team, right now what I'm doing this big leadership retreat in Nashville and paying for 20 people to come down. And I'm doing the daily tasks that I'm expecting them to do. So I'm showing my team that if I throw something to you guys and I expect you guys to go do something or to try to help you, I want to show you guys that I'm doing that exact same thing.
You know, I know, like, I remember actually around that time where you were like, I expected to go 200K within a year. Like, I'm not there yet. Like, I know before I mean, I think we're all human. We've all had like doubts. Did I make a mistake leaving my last company? Like, all these things start to like go through your mind. And then I remember you hitting 200K and losing it. And, it was wobbly for a while. It was like, okay, I
Mhm.
just can't get past this point right here. Like, I'm kind of stuck. And you kind of start doubting yourself and you're wondering, am I ever going to like get past this point, or am I just going to stay stuck here? And over the last, like, I don't even know, 8 months, it's been craziness. Like, your team is ridiculous. Like, I just think about, what if you would have like let those fears and doubts and just not being happy with, you thought you were going to grow faster. I always think about, what if you would have left, or what if you would have given up? You wouldn't be here right now. Like, it's so crazy. It's so nuts
Well,
to think
I
about.
can honestly say, for being the 11th of June, our team's about to break $300,000 in sales. We wouldn't be here. All of those people wouldn't be here. I sure in the hell wouldn't have been able to pay off my mortgage and buy a vacation home and do this retreat with my team. There's many times that you're going to get frustrated in this business and you're going to want to throw in the towel, but that's the only way that you fail. If you stay consistent, and honestly, patience, it's honestly key. It's key. You're posting daily. There's going to be someone that is going to come into your life, is be like, hey, I want to join your team, that they've never even shown interest on your post. They've never liked your post. They've never even talked to you, but you've known them for years. You're like, what the hell are you going to join my team? Why? Like, you've never even asked me about it. You've never liked my stuff. You're going to find out that these people have been secretly watching you since you started, and you're inspiring them. So that is why it is so important to, number one, stay consistent in posting and showing up on Zooms and that. But two, what was two? I just saw a squirrel. I don't know what just happened.
Oh my God, this is why we're friends.
Yeah, I don't know what I was saying.
It'll probably pop in like 20 minutes after you get off of here. Um, that's what happens to me. I'm like, that's what I wanted to say. I'll be in the middle of dinner.
Yeah.
I also kind of wanted to know, because you guys like are so good at helping people VIP. Like, your team is just so good at that. Like, when you sign somebody new, what do you do with them those first 14 days? Like, what do you feel like you do different than other people?
Honestly, we're in three ways. Three ways. I tell my team, the second you sign a promoter, get them into a three-way with me, with your upline. There's like 4 or 5 of us that are in all these three ways with all these VIPs. One, more brains the better to come together and collaborate. And two, if someone is not available, out of four or 5 women, there's always going to be someone available to help, because especially someone new, you want to make sure that every single question that they have is not being missed. Any little, verbiage, what to do for this, what to do for that. You want to make sure we're on the grind and we're answering these questions and helping them and showing them that we have their backs, and we're rooting for them, we're supporting them, anything that they need. So honestly, it's showing up. But 3 ways, 4 ways, 5 ways, all of the above are so important. And then shouting everybody out, shouting them out on their pages, on your page, because think of when you guys first joined, if you guys got bonuses or anything, like, even especially for as a woman, we want to be recognized. So shouting your people out on your team for even thriving for free, the simplest, easiest little things. You just signed 5 free customer accounts. You're rocking it. Like, now let's go see the deal with these people. Shouting them out is what I tell my team. It's so important because it shows the world that you're successful. It shows them what kind of team we are, the support you have, and just show how much fun we have together. You always have to keep it fun, because if you're just keeping it in strictly business and boss mode, you're going to lose people. You know, when you
Yeah,
get,
people ask me all the time, "What is Stephanie doing?" And I'm like, "Well, you can't teach what Stephanie does." I say it all the time because you genuinely just are everyone's friend. And that's so many people get in that business mode with that. They're just thinking, I need to build my paycheck and I just need to, tell this person to run an auto ship and this person's got to order. And they're just so focused on money, money, money that the friendships are being lost. And I think that's why like your team is so stinking close and why like everyone just like immediately wants to stick with you. Like they wouldn't even think about quitting because they're like, I just don't want to let this Stephanie chick down. She's like awesome. So
well,
I think that's a huge part of it.
I also threaten to cut them if they do leave. So I mean, they will. I mean,
They're
they
scared
even
for
got,
their lives.
yes, they're
I will
scared.
cut you. They're scared. I love you. You know what else too? I think like the biggest thing if you're brand new on this and you heard what Stephanie said, Stephanie doesn't expect her new people to know anything. She doesn't even want them to know anything. She just wants you to be excited and get her in three-way messages. Like
Mhm.
seriously, that is the key. People always want to know how do you go fast when you start. Get over yourself and stop like trying to know all the things because you aren't gonna, and just be excited about your day one, your day three, your day 10, or even if you've tried the product for 5 seconds, whatever it is that made you sign up, be excited about that. Go tell people and then hand it over to someone that knows what they're doing. And that's going to help you. You're going to learn that way. That's how you're going to kind of grow. And then you're going to be able to do the same thing for your people. I think that's like so freaking huge. So if you had like, one or two like crazy major tips for anybody on here that feels stuck and and here's my thing. I kind of want to be specific. One or two tips on growing your network because I think so many people stick with just who they know. They're like, okay, I'm going to just keep marketing this to my 5 friends and someday hopefully they'll sign. And they're kind of not adding new people to their social media. They're not talking when they're out and about. What are a couple tips that you would give people to like, hey, you've got to grow your network and this is how you should do it?
I mean, think of it any other business. Think of a restaurant. A restaurant isn't gonna just get people walking through the doors without them promoting something. Hey, Taco Tuesdays. Hey, Thursdays. Buy 2 meals, your kid eats free. You always have to get yourself in front of new people. Like Lisa said, if you're promoting just to the same 200 people on your Facebook friends, you're not gonna grow. You're not going to grow at all. And if you go to your upline and you ask for advice, and the one thing is that they're like, you have to add people on a daily basis. If you don't do that, then how are you going to build your business unless you legit get out of the house, go door to door and talk to people? You know, I always tell my people, you guys join this business to one, change lives, to have fun, go on trips, get a free car, and to get that paycheck. Like imagine next Tuesday, opening up your check and you see that your paycheck is $5,000. What could $5,000 do for you right now? Well, the way you're going to get a $5,000 paycheck is by adding people to your network every single day. It is so easy to do. Just go type in Betty Jo Johnson on Facebook and go through her page. You know, that's how I add my people. I look at their pages. I do a little bit of research. I add their friends, people who are staying active on their page. I'm adding them. I'm showing love on their page, liking and commenting. But I'm also, when I notice that they accept my friend request, I'll right away message them. Hey, Rebecca, it's so nice to connect with you. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I leave it just as that. I don't say anything about Thrive. I like to build that relationship first. So it's not just about, you know, a sale. It's about, hey, she looks pretty cool. I want to get to know her, you know, but you have to show up, and you have to always expand your network. Otherwise you're not gonna, you won't grow.
If I watch your Facebook page, like, dude, I want your life. Like, if you
Take
guys
it.
want to know, if you, and I'm plus, and trust me, I know Stephanie. I know her life behind the scenes. I know it's not all just vacations and fun. But if you go to her Facebook page, anybody watching it, you want her life. Like, if you guys struggle to what do I post, and please don't think, well, I'm not Stephanie. I can't travel. I can't buy a house in Florida. Look, Stephanie didn't just got this house in Florida. Stephanie just started traveling when she got to Lavelle. Like, she's made her page look interesting just based off of what she's doing daily with her kids or what's going on. I mean, she's relatable, but when something happens, she shares it and she's active. And I think that people want that. Like they're like, I want to have that life. And I think that in order to get that life, you have to pretend like you have it before you get it, if that makes any sense. Like you have to already be trying to be fun and put it out there. You know, you brought when I was looking for another guest tonight, you were like, Ashley Sy, which actually I was gonna ask her to do next week, but I was like, okay, let's get her on this week. Um, I would love for you to stick around for a couple minutes and just help me interview Ashley and ask her any questions you think might be relevant to like help people. But
Absolutely.
Ashley, unmute yourself real quick, honey.
Hi.
Hey, Ashley, beautiful as ever.
Hi,
Um,
Ashley.
I miss everybody. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see everybody. I can't take this anymore. Um, so Ashley, I would love for you to like share a little bit about your story with everyone because you have been on fire lately, and I kind of want to, um, like, how did you find Lavelle, and then also talk a little bit about like how long it's taken you to get to where you are, and some of those like little ups and downs in there.
So what I love about going after Steph is she's my leader. She is my best friend. She's like seriously my ride or die in this company. I would not be where I'm at without her today. And I love going after her because of how consistent she said she is. The reason that I am where I am and the reason that my business has exploded is because I followed her lead. So just like being a good leader and being the leader that Steph is you're going to get people like me to follow behind you. So she's from day one, like she will answer me in the middle of the night if I message her. I swear this girl doesn't sleep. And I'm like, that's the kind of leader I am now. You know, she's kind of taught me to be like that amazing leader. So being behind her is saying like, you need to be an amazing leader, to have amazing leaders follow with you. You know what I mean? Like to create those amazing leaders. So I just love that I'm coming after her. So, okay. So I'm going to say my little story. I looked at how many people are on here and I got a little nervous, which is weird because I go live all the time. I'm like super outgoing and stuff, but I don't know. I just get nervous. So a little bit about my story. I actually watched Stephanie for 2 years. So I watched her explode in this company for 2 freaking years and I still thought she was crazy. I'm like, this girl is full of it. This sticker she's talking about, like, there's no way it does those things. You know, I was super, super, super skeptical. Me and my husband were going through a really hard time. We were losing our home. We had to move in with his parents with 2 children. I mean, it was bad. We were losing everything. We were about to get our cars taken from us. I mean, you name it, everything was going to get taken. So we moved in with his parents. I felt like such a failure as a mom. I started to get really depressed. I got in this deep, deep depression. I started to eat a lot. I gained a lot of weight. My kids were suffering from it. I would hand them iPads, you know, cook them the bare minimum to feed them and tell them to leave me alone. I was cranky. I just felt like such a failure. And so, as all of our stuff was sitting in our storage shed, we had lost pretty much everything. I felt like it couldn't get any worse, honestly. Some days I contemplated why I was even alive still. And on top of it all, I lost my dad. So I got a call. My dad passed away of a heart attack a couple months before his 55th birthday. And it pushed me so deep into a hole that I didn't think I was going to be able to climb out of it. I really did not think that there was like anything. Oh, I can't believe this. It's been 2 years and I cannot believe it. I didn't think that I was going to be able to overcome like where my life had just spiraled out of control. I didn't think I was going to be able to come out of it. And over the course of these years, of course, I'm on social media. It's just a place that you find yourself scrolling and trying to find happiness. I kept watching Stephanie and I'm just like, I felt like something needs to change here. Like my health and, you know, losing a parent this young. And, I need something to change. I just got this like feeling of, I just need to try something. I need something to change. I need something to change here. And so I reached out to Steph and I tried Thrive. I gave it a shot. told myself this is not going to work. This is not going to work, but if it doesn't, oh well, you know, I have nothing to lose at this point. So I get Thrive, and I took the supplements day one, and I almost forgot to do the shake and the DFT because I felt so good on the supplements. I finally was able to get out of bed for the first time, and like, I couldn't even remember how long. I got up, I was doing breakfast, cleaning up before the kids, like getting stuff ready for the day. And I could not believe it. I could not believe these 2 little purple capsules made me feel so good. And I remember like messaging her, and to this day, I message her about my checks, and I'm just like, how's this for life? And she's like, that's Thrive, baby. She said that since day one until this day, a year and a half later. I Zoom through work. I get home. I lay down to take that nap. I literally tried to lay there for 20 minutes to nap like I usually do. I couldn't. I got up. I went to the park with my kids that day. Thrive has changed my freaking life. I signed on as a promoter. I'm like, I need the money side of it. I need to make more income for my family. It was a mindset switch when I got into the company and I started meeting other women and doing my self-development, and just the whole thing, my whole life just switched around. It's really insane, and it's really crazy to say, but things just, my daughter's waving at me at the window. So fast forward a year and a half now, I'm $40,000 out of debt. We have my husband's student loans left in our house, and I'm completely debt free. I have an amazing team. I'm about to go 80K. My husband's about to go 40K. Lavelle takes care of both of our car payments. I'm 36 pounds light and feeling better. Like it is insane. How a year and a half, like I look back, how Lavelle's just completely changed my life. Like it, seriously, from the friends I've gotten, from the support I have, I own my own home now. Like it's crazy. It's just crazy. So every day I'm like, is this real life stuff? And she's like, it's Thrive. It's crazy.
You know what? It's so funny when you say that, because I know what you're talking about. Stephanie always says, it's Thrive. It's freaking Thrive.
That's what she says to me. Welcome to Thrive. And I'm like, I know, like, what is happening?
So, Steph, like with working with Ashley, what have you seen, like with her personally, as far as her work ethic?
So when Ashley first joined, yeah, she was about the money. And then as her paychecks got higher and higher, I think that's what really caught the vision of like, holy ball sack, this is real. Like she's talking about quitting her full-time job and doing Thrive full-time. So the thing with Ashley is that when she comes to me and she's like, Steph, what I need to do? But like, here's my advice, go do it. She does it. There's no excuse. When things, we have such great communication, honestly. Anything that she needs, she knows that she can come to me. Her daughter was sick one time and got, I think, stitches right up here. And she messaged me, please keep an eye on my chats. I got to be away for a while. I'm like, dude, go worry about your daughter. I got your back. Like, being in communication with your uplines when anything happens, just so that we know to go help in chats and to be aware, especially with new people. I put all my stuff aside. If I'm doing stuff, then I'll be like, all right, I got your chats. You go do what you got to do. But she has no excuse. She shows up every single day. She's shouting her team out for the simplest, even little things. And our team pages in just everywhere. She's showing her appreciation and showing how much fun she is having in this business and exactly how it's changed her life. I mean, she's growing so much and so strong. She is probably one of my strongest leaders on my team, and her team is legit tight. Like, they are a tight tight squad where like they're just there for each other, and it's a bond that you just can't break. It's a very tight team. It's something that I want with all of my legs. I want what Ashley has.
Oh my God. I'm so glad there's a mute button when you said holy ball sack. I was laughing so hard I didn't even hear probably the first minute of you talking. I'm like, oh my God, people that are on our Zooms, they're probably like, we have to start rating them. This one's rated PG-13. We only have to rate Zooms that Steffi G is on.
Whoops.
I always tell my team, I'm like, don't scare them away too soon.
I'm dying.
Well,
So Ashley, I wanted to ask you, like, it's taken I mean, I would say you're going at a really good pace. I mean, I always tell people if you're promoting a rank a year, you're doing good. So you're way ahead of that. But have you had like times in the business where you felt like, man, I'm going backwards. I'm not going forwards.
Um, I honestly have felt like, so when I first joined, I told Stephanie, I'm like, I love my 9 to 5. So I've actually been at my 9 to 5. I just hit 10 years at the company a couple months ago. And I was like, I love my 9 to 5. I'm not going anywhere. And then she's like, perfect. It's a perfect side gig, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm probably not going back. I'm salarized. I make a lot of money and I'm going to stay home with my kids. The time freedom and where my business has gone is far more important than going into an office every day and answering to someone else. But yeah, I've had moments where I feel a little bit stuck. And when I get in those moments, it's usually because there's just so much going on in life. And it is really important for me to reach out to Steph and just say, hey, I have this and this going on. And she always is there for me. It's just, I can say too, and I know it's because I have a leader that's done the same, is I've been consistent every freaking day since I've started. I feel like I'm running at full speed 24/7 and I like it that way. I want to get to the top as fast as possible, just because I want to get to a point where I can change as many lives as possible as I can. I want to get to a point where I can utilize like my social media platform and the income that I make from Lavelle to change things in this world, so I'm running really fast and I'm not stopping. Like this business can bring so much to us. We just have to be consistent. And that's what I tell my team. Consistency is really key to this business.
Yeah, I mean, as long as, I mean, from the time you started till now, I've never not seen you showing up or commenting or posting or being consistent. And that is the key. It is. I mean, if you're going to show up every day and if you're going to like kind of bleed this, I always say you have to bleed Lavelle. But if you really are, that's where you start to see that growth happen faster. It's so true. So let's end out with, a couple tips that you just think are so essential, that like 2 things that you think a Lavelle person needs to do every single day without fail.
I think, like I do my daily IPAs, and I have an IPA chat that my team is in. We do our daily IPAs and I don't go a day without doing them. So, we have a list of 10 IPAs and I have them choose 5 to do. So interacting, going live, I always put stuff in my stories. I do my 3 steps every single morning. It does not fail. Things I'm doing throughout the day, showing people my personal life too. Like IPAs are so important to just keep doing every day. It takes an hour out of your day to just put aside whatever time during the day that is and just get those IPAs out of the way. They're really, really important to just keep going with your business. So that's my number 1 tip, is just, keeping up with your daily IPAs. Just do them every day. My second tip is get those minis out. I sell minis like they're going out of style. Like every day, I try to sell 3 minis a day, because minis are super important to me. I think they're the foundation of my customer base, and having a good customer base is super important to me too. So getting those minis out, daily IPAs, just being consistent with your team, so your team is consistent and they show up the way that you show up,
I love that. And I think so many people forget about the minis. Oh my gosh. You guys get 3 days of this product or 2 days in somebody's hand. I swear they want more. Most of the time they're like, I need more of that. Yeah. It is like, it's like the hidden gem secret that people forget about. I'm like, did you get a mini in someone's hand? They're like, no. And I'm like, well, try that. It might work.
Yeah.
Duh. Well, Stephanie and Ashley, like seriously, you're the team everyone wants to be on. And they are, because you guys are on, I mean, everybody's under me. I'm fun too, people. Stephanie's not the only fun one, okay?
We love you.
I love you guys. I want to thank you guys both for hopping on today and sharing, and appreciate you. And just, I mean, Stephanie knows, like, it's so crazy. Stephanie will be in my back office, like, oh my gosh, what do I need to get to here? And I've just never seen Stephanie have an off day, and nor you. And I think that's the key is we all have off days, but people shouldn't know it, where business needs to keep going. And it's just, it's only the beginning. That's what's crazy is we are so young in this company, you guys. I mean, anybody on this Zoom, if you're under me, you haven't been in more than 3.5 years. We're just starting. Like, we're babies still. Lavelle is only 7 years young. I mean, we're still like pioneers in this company. And when I think about, I get chills, like when I think about where are we going to be in 5 years? Where are we going to be in 10 years? Like, it's insane to know this is only the beginning. And I just know that whatever life takes us, we're going to be going on many more trips. We are going to be going on
Absolutely.
many more vacations. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to hop on an airplane. I love you guys. Thanks, Steph.
Love you. Thank you.
Thanks, Ashley.
We love you.
Okay, I'm going to bring in Hannah right now. Hannah Burkhart, I'm going to have you unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hi, Hannah. Thank you, first of all, for hopping on. Everybody's all like, I think everybody I messaged today, except for Steph. Steph's like, I don't care. She's talking about ball sacks. She don't care. But everybody else was like, I'm nervous. I'm like, don't even. This is gonna be like, you're gonna rock it out. And I know that there's gonna be people on today that just need to hear something you're gonna share. And I wanted you to kind of just share like your journey with Lavelle, how you got started, and then kind of how long you've been in, and how you've taken, as the time you have to get to where you are, some of those ups and downs.
Yes, I've definitely had a lot of ups and downs. So I have been with Lavelle since 2017. Um, I was another one that I watched Amanda Hall for, oh God, I watched her for a while before I joined, and I was very skeptic. I'm like, there's no way, those little stickers work, those patches. I was a mom of 3 at the time, just tired of being tired. My kids would literally look at me and just, get upset because I never had the energy to do anything. I just wanted to lay around if I wasn't at work. I was going through nursing school. Finally, I just messaged Amanda one day and I said, listen, I got to do something. Like, I need energy. I need something to allow me to be a mother. So then I started Thrive. I was a day one Thriver. I immediately started promoting just because they're really, not necessarily because of the whole business aspect, but there wasn't really much of a difference between customer and promoter. And I was with a previous company, I never had any luck. So it wasn't even the fact of just taking off in the business, it's because I love the product. So instead of just running auto shifts all the time, that's what made me do it. And if I could make a little bit of money in the process, that was a plus to me. So I immediately started, and then when I started sharing, then like some friends started wanting it, and I started promoting that way. And I started like taking off a little bit in the beginning. I didn't hit my VIP bonuses, so I kind of had like a little setback, and then life started happening. I eventually got my 4K, and then it had been a little bit after that before I hit my 12K. And then I kind of stopped because I allowed life to get in the way. I don't want to necessarily say I stopped because I was still reaching out to my team. I just wasn't focusing on my own business. I was just trying to help them and let them know I was there for them. But my mom had got really, really sick. So I had spent the last 2 years taking care of her, not necessarily doing anything for myself. I had finished nursing school, passed my boards, and I just started working like crazy. So I had been working anywhere from 40 to 64 hours a week as a nurse, and then taking care of my mom who lived an hour away. And that's literally was my life for the last 2 years, besides adding 2 more kids on. So I now have 5 children. But then my mom passed away in September, and I had my 5th child in November, and I ended up with postpartum depression really bad. I kind of just kept it to myself, not allowing anybody to know what I was going through. Um, and then I was still plugging into my team, and then one of the promoters on my team actually signed this girl, and she just took off like wildfire. And the girl went over 4K in a matter of days. It wasn't even 2 weeks, I believe. And she was over 4K. And as soon as she did that, like, I just got in contact with a few of my higher promoters on our team, and it lit a spark under us. It made us realize like why we started this, what we needed out of this. And then we all just got back to the basics again. So everybody has just been running like crazy. I know back in February, March, I had like 0 PPA. I wasn't signing anybody. My volumes sucked. Like between my whole team, I don't even think we did like 2,000 in sales. And then here over the last couple months, we've just been like doubling and tripling every single month. I know that in April, my goal was to re-rank my 12K back and get my auto bonus back because I need a new vehicle really bad. And I did that. And then last month, I made it my goal to hit 25K. We ended the month with almost 30K. And this month, my goal is 40K, which we are very close to being on track of that.
You know, Hannah, there's so many lessons to your story. The first lesson being that, for a lot of people, life gets in a way and we kind of get away from our business. But if you don't give up, don't quit just because of that, because you never know what can happen. I mean, this is always going to be here. No matter what life throws at you guys, Lavelle's not going anywhere. Even if you have to take a step back or you're not working it, why would you ever quit? Right? I mean, I just love that. But the other thing I think you said that's so key is even though you personally were not working the business as far as recruiting people and, putting all your time and energy into it, you never stopped connecting with your team. You never stopped checking in with them. And what happened was somebody else under you signed someone that changed a whole bunch of businesses. And you guys, this can happen at any time. I mean, even if you yourself can't work, don't just go, I'm not going to check in with anyone, or I'm not going to, I mean, gosh, there's so many lessons in that. And then what you guys have done just over the last, 4 or 5 months in this business, it's incredible to watch. And it's just, I mean, you've had a lot of life happen and you've been through a lot of the things that, gosh, I mean, losing your mom and postpartum depression, and how many kids you have now. I mean, what the heck? 5 kids, you have a small daycare, nurse, finishing nurse, like you've had so much happen. And to be where you've been, to get to where you are right now, it's just so inspiring. And I just hope people really, the lesson learned here is that don't give up. You joined in 2017. Things don't happen overnight. You never know when that one person's, that when somebody might sign that one person that kickstarts everybody again. And,
Yeah.
You just don't know. And what you're doing recently and what you see your team doing recently, what are a couple of tips you feel like people need to do every day? What do they need to do to really push things and get going?
So some of the main things that we've been doing is focusing on our customers. We're not just focusing on, and Kayla's emails, like, they have been very inspiring to my team. We do different challenges throughout our team where they can earn different stuff, and that's part of it, following Kayla's emails and plugging into the team calls and Zooms. We also do like a smaller team Zoom every day with just my team. And But one of the biggest things is we're not just focusing on the 3 steps, because the 3 steps is not going to work on everybody. We're trying to figure out exactly what they need and what will work best for them, whether it be one of the dynamic duos or what. It may just be a single product that could benefit that person's life. And that's what we're doing. And I mean, it's increased my, PPA tremendously. I actually, ended up being like one of the top PPAs. And that's why, because we're not just focusing on pushing those 3 steps, even though that would obviously help our volume. And then we're pushing on getting all of our customers thriving free.
I hope that you guys heard her, because sometimes I think we get so focused on the 3 steps that we're just not thinking about the other products. And the key is just to get anybody in with anything. Once they fall in love with one of our products, that the next thing they're going to go, I want those 3 steps. Like that comes later for a lot of people. So don't forget, aim high, but don't forget we have so many other products that you can put in people's hands that could change their life and get them started with this amazing company and on an amazing health journey. And then thriving for free, you guys. Oh my gosh, totally underappreciated. Not enough people doing it, and I don't think enough of us focus on it. And I think we are definitely going to have a training in the a lot of people have been talking about that lately. So we're going to do some kind of a live training in the Dream Team 20 page on tips to help people thrive for free. But so huge, so huge. Hannah, your story, seriously, awesome. Like, I just think it's so inspiring. And there's people on here today that have been in that feel like maybe it's not going to happen, or not even just happen, but they've had life get in the way and they really don't know how to kickstart again. And it really just is about changing your mindset a little. And there's really no difference between you now and a year and a half ago. The only difference is you got excited again. And it's that excitement that I think that's the part that, wow, all of a sudden I couldn't sign anyone and now I can sign people. I didn't have a PPA forever. Now I have a PPA. And really the only difference is you got excited again and you started sharing it. And that's the key. I mean, it's so
You're
huge.
like, I have like shifted my mindset. Like I had somebody mention the other day, like they don't, everybody keeps talking about these stupid riots. And I just tell them, like I don't let that get in the way. When I see somebody post something negative, I scroll right past it and I think money. I know it may seem crazy to some people, but I think money, I think my kids, I think my family, I think of things that I want in life. And me sitting there letting that negativity or me starting an argument or anything like that, that's not going to benefit my kids. It's not going to benefit my family. It's not going to, help grow my business. So if anything, it's going to hurt that, because people are going to get ticked off. People are going to delete me. People are going to block me. So it's best if I just scroll right past that and just get away from the drama, get away from the negativity, and just straight focus on positivity, and then everything will come to you.
Best advice ever. But you guys are never going to be able to stay focused and get where you need to get to and grow as fast as you want to if you are letting the negativity in, and if you're being part of it, even worse. And Hannah, you have such an amazing why. All those kids and just your situation as far as wanting to give them a better life. I mean, I can't think of a better why. Hannah, thank you for coming on today and sharing. I know there's so many people on that needed to hear from you today, and I appreciate you. And it's only the beginning. I mean, you're just getting started. Like this ride you're on right now and this momentum you have, it will only stop if you guys stop. So whatever you do, keep going. I am expecting 40K for you this month. Absolutely. And I can't wait to celebrate when you do it.
Thank you.
Thanks, honey. Okay, Dana, I don't want to say your last name wrong. So will you unmute yourself?
And
I'm the
my last name is Cabildo.
okay. I totally would have. I'm the worst name botcher in the world. I'm always saying somebody's name wrong. I'm like, oh my God, here I go again. Dana, you are crazy rocking this out right now. Your team is on fire. As soon as I was looking through numbers, that's why I messaged you today. I'm like, okay, I've got to get Dana on this call tonight. I've got to, hopefully she says yes.
I was really nervous, but
No, girl, you are going to be awesome. I would love for you to share everybody kind of like just a little bit about how you found Lavelle, and then take us through your journey since you've been here, and how you got to where you are right now.
okay. Well, thank you so much again, Lisa, for inviting me. It was super nerve-wracking, but you know what? It was an opportunity that I couldn't miss. So everyone, my name is Dana. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Little town in Canada. I'm a mom of two boys. I have an almost 10-year-old and a 3-year-old, sorry. So I've been thriving consistently for about 8 months now, lost 24 pounds. And I was actually first introduced to the products in August of 2018 by one of my girlfriends. And at the time I was about 5 months into being back in the workforce. And I was just working full time, work 9 to 10 hours a day. I was tired, exhausted, barely lost weight for my second child. So when my girlfriend told me that she's been taking these products that will help with my energy and help with weight loss, I was like, sure, let's try it, right? It was a no-brainer. So she gave me a sample pack. I loved it. And I was like, what is this thing? I ended up ordering a pack, loved the products, referred to friends, got my second month for free, but I knew I just wasn't ready. So I stopped. So fast forward to June of 2019, my same girlfriend who introduced me to Thrive, and I were just chatting because I think I was at her house at the time, and I believe I asked about Thrive again. Because I knew I had plans for the summer, and I wanted to try and lose some weight, right? So at the time, there was a promo. We split her promoter pack, I believe. I still love the products, but I was very inconsistent. So I missed days, forgot to put on the patch, didn't drink the lifestyle mix when I was supposed to, so totally wasted it. So at the time, my son was already 2.5, and I still struggled with my weight. And at the time, I also moved up in my then job. So I was peaking in my career, but I was just so stressed out with work. I wasn't happy. I was not the greatest mom. I was always yelling at my kids. I was feeding them fast food, and a lot of people say that I'm a pretty good cook, but I just had no energy. I pretty much hated life. My husband and I were always fighting to a point where I thought we were going to end up breaking up. And worst thing is, I was always feeling sick, that it came to a point where I really thought that there was something wrong with me. I thought I was sick, so I started seeing a doctor without telling anyone. Went through a lot of tests over the summer, and thankfully everything came back normal. But I was still always feeling like crap. So I was very inconsistent with Thrive until the end of August, where I was just like, okay, I need to change something, right? I would cry in the shower in the mornings just because I hated my life. I felt so lost, and I was just in a bad position in my life, despite the fact that I thought everything was good. I thought my life was good. But beginning of September, one of my now business partners randomly reached out to me about Thrive, because I guess I had my link up on my Instagram. And she asked me about the products, and I really didn't know much about it. But I just had it up there because of the referral program, right? But she messaged me, and I said, okay, you know what, let's do this. Let's go on the products together and start our journey together. And we also looked into the business side. So that's when I started promoting. I knew I already loved the products, even from the very beginning. So I was like, why not, right? And my girlfriend, who first introduced me to the products, was already promoting, and she would talk about it low key here and there, kind of trying to get me to promote with her. But yeah, I think that was the time where I was just like, okay, let's do this. And what's amazing about it is that it came at the perfect time, because I always, I was in such a bad position. And when I started taking these products, I had a shift in mindset. And, I told myself that I need to be a better mom. I need to be a better wife. And if this is going to help me, let's do it, right? So just back into being a promoter, I hit 4K in a month, 12K in 3 months, and it actually happened on Christmas Eve. I hit 40K 3 months again later, after, which was on my birthday at the end of March. And last month, we actually almost hit 80K. So pretty proud of my team. The momentum has been really good, but we always say that Thrive changes lives, and I think it's an understatement because it's so much more than just products and vitamins. And yeah.
I think the cool thing, well, when I hear you, I'm like, this girl, her life has truly been changed by these products. And not only have they been truly changed, but you can hear it. Like, you make me want to sign up. I'm like, oh my God, I want to sign again. And like, you guys, your passion for these products and letting them change your life, that's half the battle. And, if you kind of enter in a situation right now where you feel a little stuck, or you feel like, gosh, I'm not really going anywhere, ask yourself the question, are you passionate about these products? Are you sharing that passion? Because for a lot of people, that's the missing piece. They're kind of just so focused on the money and making money and signing a customer that they're forgetting that it really is about letting Thrive change your life. And your story is so relatable to so many people. I mean, I've been in that place before where everything's fine in my life. Why am I depressed right now? Why don't I feel good? Why does life seem like such a struggle? And there's nothing really wrong, and we just can't pinpoint it. And so many people, it's so relatable. And I think that is what you sharing that. A lot of people are like, well, my Thrive experience isn't this grand experience. It didn't like bring me back from the dead. It didn't. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be grand. It has to be relatable to most people. And I think that's what's so huge about your story. What kind of things, you've had this huge momentum going on since you started, and you're climbing the ranks pretty quickly. What kind of things do you think is, collectively as a team, is making that happen so fast? Like, what are some of the things you guys are doing daily that you think are the most important things that everybody on here needs to do?
It's just really all about communication and reminding your team to plug in every time, every day. Every morning we have our morning power, our Zooms. It doesn't necessarily have to be a full hour in the mornings, right? Because some of us or some of them have they're back to working and whatnot. But just communication and making sure that no one feels like they're left behind. It doesn't matter if they started yesterday. It doesn't matter if they started when I started or if they even started before me, but just making sure that everyone is communicating properly and we're all like a family, right? And I think that's really important to build a strong team, to build a strong relationship, and just focus on each other's goals, help each other reach their goals. If one person is struggling with something and you're good at it, or you can help, go jump in, help them, right? And I think that's what's really, really important.
I think if you guys have heard from all the ladies so far tonight, and we have one more, don't go anywhere because Star is amazing. I'm interviewing her next. But you guys, I think you're hearing the same things over and over. Like, these ladies are building relationships with their team. They are building families with their team. They're making new people feel so welcome. And I think that's such a huge part of it. And I love how you just said, Dana, like, if you're not good at something, who else is good at it? Like, help each other out, step in. That's what it's about. It really doesn't matter if it's sideline, upline, downline. It doesn't matter if you're making money off that person or not, you guys. Like, you need to really think about the fact that it's really a collective win. And it doesn't really matter. I mean, there's people I help all the time that I don't make any money off of, or that aren't even on our team. So, it's so rewarding to know that you've been able to step in and help somebody. And I think that's absolutely critical. And do you mostly work your business through social media, Dana?
Yes, so I mostly work it through Instagram, but I think like to this day I'm really still struggling, to be honest, with reach outs, right? But I try my best to do so. But I think one of the things that I have been doing that's really been helping me is making sure that I check up on my customers, right? And I remind everybody to check up on their people. I started focusing a lot more on helping people thrive for free. And I think that's really one of the biggest things that has helped me, especially last year when we almost hit 80K. And yeah, I think, just being consistent and just sharing your life too. Like right now, I used to be a very busy mom. You know, I barely saw my kids. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was getting depressed, is because, you know, I was like, what the heck? I don't even see my kids anymore. But now, you know, there's more time freedom. Not that I'm saying that COVID was great and all, but it gave me that opportunity to stay home, to spend more time with my family. And it really opened my eyes, and realize, you know, how little you really need in life, and what's really important in life. And that's my time with my kids, my time with my family. And so now that I have a feel of that, there's no way I'm stopping. If this is what's going to take me to be staying at home with my kids and never going back to not seeing them, and missing out on milestones in their lives, then I'm going to do whatever it takes just to stay here, right?
Oh my gosh, your why. It's like that's the other piece of the puzzle. It's like love the products, have that passion, but also know why you're doing this. And you getting a little taste of that, it's just like made your drive even more. Like, I'm doing this. I'm gonna make this thing happen. Okay, really quick. And then last question. One Instagram tip. Let's say somebody is really trying to like dig into Instagram. One like tip that's like, I gotta do this every day on Instagram.
Be consistent, show up every day. It doesn't matter if, you know, you only have 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes in the day. Pop up in your stories. You know, you have to be consistent. Don't ever miss a day, because you don't want to be one of those people who, you know, people are wondering all of a sudden, where did this person go? And just sharing your own personal life. And I always tell people, you know, it doesn't matter how big of a following you have, and if you're not good at social media, but you have to share what the products it's doing for you, right? And how it's helped change your life, because that's the only way you're going to attract people, because you're like a magnet. And once they see that, you know, you're passionate about this, then there's absolutely no way people are going to come to you.
So it's kind of the same Facebook rule. Make sure you're
Yep.
posting. I mean,
Pretty
show
much, yeah.
up. Yeah, it's like it's so huge. And you know, I want everybody to know too, you don't have to master all the things. Get good at one. Like right now, if Facebook's your jam, then get better at Facebook. If it's Instagram, then dig into that. Guess what? This business is long and we're going to be here in 5 years. You can dig into the other one later. You're always going to have time. Dana, I want to thank you so much. And girlfriend, no one in the world would even know you're nervous. You're like a natural.
Thank
You
you
should like
so
do these
much.
all the time. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love your story and I love your passion. And I can't wait. You're going 80K, girl.
We're going 200K.
200K. Yes. I love it. Thanks, Dana.
Thanks, Lisa.
Okay, last, you guys, but certainly, absolutely not least, Star Marie. You guys are definitely going to stick around for the next 10 minutes for this. I know we're going a little over, but so worth it. I had so many ladies, you guys, that have promoted on this team, and I'm like, or are moving and shaking. I'm like, I've got to get people interviewed this month. People need to hear what these ladies are doing. So Star, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hi, sweetie. Thank you so much for hopping on today and saying yes and waiting the last hour. I know, and like I never know the order. Like I don't pick one before I get on. I just start going. So I'm sorry, but
No,
I would love for you to jump right in and share how did you kind of find Lavelle, and then your journey. Like how long have you been in, and some of the ups and downs, and then like where you're going right now.
First, I want to say thank you so much, Steph, for hopping on, because I know you said stay on at least until Ashley's done. I'm like, no, me too, please. Just because
Oh
Steph
my
has
gosh, I'm always forget. You know what? You are under Steph. I should have done that order.
I'm
It's
on your
okay.
team,
Go ahead.
yeah. It's okay. So I always like to say, you know, Thrive found me when I absolutely needed it most. I thought I hit rock bottom in my life before I absolutely hit rock bottom, which is when Thrive found me. But I had a baby at 16. 13 months later, I had another one. I had a pretty abusive childhood, abusive marriage of 9 years, and then I was in another unhealthy relationship for about 3 years after that. Homeless several times. What's that? Oh, sorry. Somebody was unmuted.
Sorry about that. I fixed it.
No, thank you. I mean, I've seen homelessness multiple times. I've seen the thermostat, sitting at 33 degrees, wrapping our babies up in multiple blankets. We've definitely seen some pretty dark times. But the night that I finally said yes, I had been watching someone for about 2 weeks, and I reached out to her. I said, "Hey, what is this? I need me back. I need to feel good. I just need to be the wife and the mother that, my family needs me to be." And at the same night that I hit the order button, I also hit the promoter button because I seen that I wanted what at that point in time I called it a dream. Now I call it a vision because I know that it's there. I just have to go grab it. But at that point in time, it was a dream. I wanted to not only feel better and be better for those who needed me in life, but I wanted to somehow dig us out of the hole that we were in. We had just moved into an apartment from a homeless situation the night that I placed my order. So, it's been crazy. It definitely has. I really didn't start running until like 3 months in, January of 2019. This was in September, by the way, of 2018 when I did join. So I think I'm on my like 634th day or something like that. But I didn't really run with it. I was in a smell good company, and I thought that was grand, but I was, spending more than what I was making. And then in January is when I really started running. And in March of 2019, I hit 4K. I grabbed up the rank advancement bonus. When I seen that I had the opportunity of grabbing up, $2,000, it was like a light bulb clicked. I knew it was going to be paid off. I think it was like $500 a month for the next 4 months as long as I maintained. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's almost all of our rent. Like that would be a huge weight just lifted right up off of our shoulders. So I grabbed that. In April, I went to Thrive Palooza, listened to Aaron Aponte, and he made us all who weren't auto bonus earners yet to stand up and say, I am 12K. And he made us do it like he had us do it like 3 times, and I had tears pouring. And wouldn't you know it, 3 days later at home at 11:59 p.m., the last day of April, I hit 12K. Grabbed up that rank advancement bonus, became an auto bonus earner, and I held that for about 3 months. And then I thought it would be cute to play around in the waiting room. Guys, be careful with the waiting room. Talk to a leader before you go diving into that, because I wanted to hit my husband's account 4K. So what did I do? I moved 5 bad runners, like really good runners under him. And I lost my rank because I was red legs. They say red legs a good thing, which it typically is, unless you make the huge error that I made by moving everybody under him. So I lost it for a few months. But then come in September when we had those rank advancement bonuses, it was the 10th day. I had a 10-day-old baby. I had hit 12K on my husband's account and grabbed up that rank advancement bonus. Then we both had the auto bonus. Come January, we both lost rank this past January. I grabbed it back in February, March, and April. This was when quote unquote 90 days started coming into play. If you guys watch Kayla, you know what I'm talking about. I think it was like end of March, I started doing Kayla's Host a Post. Oh my gosh, my network blew up from that. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. I made a post about it in the Dream Team group if anybody wants to check it out. So I maintained that for, again, February, March, April. And then I went, me and my team went 40K in May. And it was crazy because I kept saying it like every single morning. I wrote it on my board. I wrote it in my journal, 40K. And me and my team joke, Murph in May, because that's how I didn't want to curse, but I was saying, mother effing May, 40K and mother effing May. And that's exactly what we did. And now 80K is steadily loading for June. So that's pretty much where we are.
Well, I was just going to say, based off your mother effing May, we know you're on Stephanie Grachek's team. PG-13 people, PG-13.
I'm sorry.
You know, your story is so amazing and what you've been able to do and the ride you're on. And I love how you mentioned the waiting room, you guys. If you don't know the waiting room, when you sign someone up, you have the opportunity for 60 days to decide where you want to put somebody if you want to move them at all. And yes, you should talk to an upline. I still don't move anyone out of my waiting room, and I'm like a 3 million VIP until I talk to my upline and discuss it and go, where do you think this would best go? Like, just to get another ear. So make sure that you're doing that. Don't just go plopping people around, because there is rhyme or reason to doing that. And the only real way to learn it is to like really communicate with someone else. But I also, just for everybody that wants to know, what is Kayla's, what did you say it was called?
Post a
Hosta?
Yeah, post a post. So, um, basically you make a post like a giveaway. I go straight for cash. I know some folks don't have it, and that's okay. Find something that your audience likes. But I think cash gets the most reaction from my network. I'm doing a $50 cash giveaway. You know, comment your favorite GIF below, or comment your birthday month below, like literally whatever it is, they comment below. I reply to their comment with at least 4 words, because that's going to trigger the algorithm for that person to see more of my posts moving forward. They're getting written down on my list. Whether they answer me, do my host a post or not, they're getting on my list because I know they've seen that post. So they have the potential to see my other posts. But when they do comment, I message them and I'm like, hey, I'm so happy you've seen my giveaway post. All you have to do is make a cute little post for me, and we can go from there. And I just send them typically who wants to lose, well, at the time, who wants to lose 15 pounds by summer or whatever it be. And if you don't have your own result photos, there are albums in the Dream Team 2020 group, so you can grab them from there.
You guys, I just hope, this is why it's worth it to stay on if we go over, because a lot of people are like, I didn't know that 4 words thing for the algorithm little trick. But
Yeah.
also this host to post, you guys, it like it's so genius, because you're going on your Facebook page, you're doing a giveaway to your network that isn't in Lavelle, that has nothing to do with Lavelle, just anything. I'm giving away money today to people. Post your birthday below and you go into the drawing. Star is messaging each one of those people and saying, hey, you go into the drawing. The next step to go into the drawing is you just have to share a post for me on your Facebook page. And it might look like, hey, this is my friend Star. She's looking for 5 people this month that want to grow their hair. Message me or post below if you're interested. Like, that is so powerful, you guys, because you have people that have nothing to do with this business that are willing to share for you. And their network is going to go, well, this person isn't trying to sell me anything. It's someone else. Like, it's more credible, it's more relatable. And that's where you saw a huge boost in your business. And this is why it's so huge to plug in, because something like that, you guys, that you might not be doing could change everything for you. Like, like not even trying that is just dumb. Everybody on here needs to go try that this week. Why not? I mean, that's going to open up your whole network to brand new people. And even if 50 people commented to get into your drawing, and even if it brought you 5 new good prospects, that's worth it from one post, in my opinion.
It is. And, it kind of goes hand in hand with the whole thing about duplication. You do what they do, but you make it personable, make it fit you. Don't change it too much, because it's obviously working for them. So it's going, and when I say them, I mean like somebody who you look up to in the business, or somebody that you've been following or whatnot. Kayla was doing the host to post. She proved that it was working. I was like, all right, well, what do I have to lose? I either, get a good response, or I learn that, okay, maybe I need to work on my network and then do it again next week. Either way,
Yeah,
it's
exactly, you guys. Because if you're like doing the host to post, if you're making a giveaway post on your Facebook page and you're not getting a lot of people enter, it's probably time to grow your network. Or if everyone entering is from Lavelle, the right people aren't seeing your stuff. Like, you've got to start working in a network of people that aren't in Lavelle. So it's so huge. I mean, I think that's like absolutely incredible. And I'm doing it this week. See how many things I don't know and I learn just typically, and I talk to Kayla all the time, but it's just that I'm so busy that sometimes I miss some of this stuff. So I am like so grateful that you're on tonight and you're my aha. Thank you for that, Star.
Yes.
You guys, tonight, I think from hearing from every single one of these ladies, we're hearing the same things, which really it isn't. Like, people always want to know what's the secret? What's the magic? Tell me what you did. And people are always thinking that the people that are succeeding are doing something different than what they could be doing, or we know a secret. And the answer is just commitment. It's consistency, sticking it with it, not giving up, dedication, plugging into your team, being somebody that's passionate about what you have your hands on, having a why. I think we've heard that throughout tonight. Stephanie started us out with dream boards, how important they are, vision boards, and how they keep you going. And then everybody kind of just followed suit with talking about they all have a reason why they need to make this work. And I think that is more than huge for everybody on here tonight to know. If you're missing that passion for these products, if you're missing the why factor, what is it every day that's keeping you motivated and growing? What's going to push you? What's your why that's going to push you through the no's and the rude people and the days where you, and the months or the times you fall back, or when you feel like you're not growing or your PPA is zero? What's going to be that thing that continues to drive and motivate you? And I think hearing these ladies tonight, they all have something in common. We're all different. We all come from different places, but I feel like all people that are really successful in Lavelle have something in common. And that's the fact that they have an amazing reason why, and they have passion for these products that they just can't wait to tell somebody else. Like, they can't keep their mouth shut. So Star, I'm going to actually let you end us out tonight with one or two of your biggest tips that you feel like, man, y'all need to be doing this every single day if you want to see success.
Yes, I'm so happy you gave me that opportunity. So groups, I know you guys hear a lot about that. Dive into your own community. Okay. And I've done that through a group that I had started in my own community. Make a difference. Be the light in all this darkness, and make sure you're open and you're vulnerable with your story. And listen, I know that can be uncomfortable, but sometimes that's how we grow most, is when we, exit our comfort zones. And some of you, you might think that I'm crazy, like, no way, but doing exactly that has helped me grow, not just within my business, but also within myself. Like, I can't tell you how many non-thrivers tell me on a daily basis, and I'm not saying this to brag, I swear, I'm the most humble person. If you know me, you know that about me. But they tell me that I inspire them, or I make them smile, like when their life isn't, the greatest. And that right there, that is huge. It is so freaking huge.
Hey, Steph, do you want to say what you just wrote about Star?
Yes.
I love you.
Star forgot to say one of her biggest secrets that she does for her team. So Star is one of my most humble and compassionate, I think, strong leaders. She shows up for her team daily. She never has an excuse, but she always makes it about them. She never makes any day about her. She's always like, hey guys, what can I do to help you? If anybody needs anything, she's like, I'm on it. The one thing I do love about Star is when she does have a hiccup. She's been having some haters in her life lately. She comes straight to me and she's like, Steph, how do I deal with this? I don't want my team to know that I'm dealing with this. Just what do I got to do? One tip I can take away from Star is never, ever, ever be afraid to go to your uplines, because she comes to me for anything and she know that she can. But that is also what's going to make you a better leader yourself, is by talking to your uplines and not being scared of them to get advice for anything, negative, positive, whatever it is, because we all go through some sorts of negativity. But Star, she never has an excuse for her team. She's so humble and she's compassionate, and she always shows up every single day for them.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I know, Star, don't cry. Star, I will say, like, I see your name everywhere. Like, it's so crazy because I always know who's doing amazing and who's succeeding because I see them on everything. I see them plugged in. I see their name everywhere. I see them commenting on stuff in the Dream Team page, posting stuff. Like they're everywhere. And I think that you're so plugged in. How can you not succeed when you're that plugged in? I just think it's impossible not to. So I just want to commend you on being the amazing leader you are, the how you are to your team, but also just for walking the walk. Like you don't just talk the talk, you show up every day, your team sees that. And I think that that's what makes your team so special is they're just following your lead.
Thank you guys. Oh, I just love this whole family.
I know we're one big family. It's amazing. Like it, and if you're new, you guys, I just want to thank you for getting on tonight. We have this, we don't normally go over this long, but you know what? I had too many people promoted last month. I got to fit people in. Too many people are growing. So, you know, we might go a little bit over, but I think that those of you guys that stuck around for the whole thing, it was well worth it. I know I got a ton of little nuggets, and I hope you guys know that this Zoom is every single week, 9 p.m. Eastern. It is this link. It never changes. So you can save the link in your phone, set an alarm so you know what's happening. And, you know, it's one of the things I would do. If I sign somebody new, I think one of the first 10 things I do with my new person is make sure they're plugged into, you know, the Zooms that our team has going on. Because I'll tell you what, that is where you pick up those things. And that's where when you have a bad week and you get on one of these things, you hear somebody's story and realize they got through stuff. I can too. Or this person sounded like me and I can get there if they did. And or you hear a tip and you're like, why have I never done that before? Or you hear something your leader said like 12,000 times that just hits you a different way. And you're like, oh my gosh, I get it. And that's what's so powerful about being plugged in. And it's also why every single one of these ladies on here tonight are where they are, because they do stay plugged in. So anybody that is on here tonight, thank you for taking time out of your week and your life and just making this a priority and showing up. And I have no doubt that it is definitely going to push you through. Have an amazing weekend, you guys. And we will see you next Thursday, same time, same place, same link. Thank you again tonight to all of our guests, Stephanie, Ashley, Dana, hold on, Stephanie, Ashley, Dana, Star, Hannah, all of you. You guys seriously, like, appreciate you. You guys all did amazing. And I cannot wait to continue to watch you guys grow all the way to 200K and Steffi G all the way to $1 million in sales. Can't wait. Love you guys. Have a good one. See you guys next Thursday.